Hello, welcome. I'm Ayrshire and I'm going to make an MMORPG by myself. And I want your opinion on this topic. Do you think I'm delusional here? So, I always have been obsession with RPGs since Diablo 2. I think that's a great game. But also, I like MMORPG aspect, like the social aspect, because you can chat with people and compete. So in 2006, I released my first MMORPG called Battle for Embolia. It was a browser game, and it was only in Spanish because I didn't know English at the time. But I spent 15 years working on that game, and it has a small community, which, the game has a peak of like 60 players tops. And before you imagine something too insane, here's the game. It's a browser game. So I made a lot of mistakes making this game. One of those was that the game has no monetizations of any kind, not even donations. So I work and I pay for the servers, so maintain the game. And I feel like, because I feel like I have a huge privilege to make a game and people playing that game. I feel really good with that, so I just pay for that. 2017, I started learning Unity. I stopped developing that MMORPG web and begin uploading some small, experimental games to itch.io. I made a lot of games of any kind, like FPS, car games, tower defense games, horror games, whatever. And I gradually increased the complexity of those games. And eventually I made a game called This is Overpower, which is a 3D Vampire Survivors-like game. And I spent 6 months on that one. And in 2022, I started trying some MMO stuff. I have like 5 attempts, I think, projects, where I try to create my own backend for multiplayer and run into problems. So I try again and again. And I work in some projects like were mentioned, like Taxi MMO, which was interesting for people, but it never come through. It never come to live. And an MMORPG called Shamanic Siege, which took me a long time to make that one, but failed because I had problems I didn't figure out. So yeah, my attempts to make a backend from scratch failed. But of course, I learned a lot of each one. And in 2023, I finally created something called Azure Core. It was just a backend, just that, from scratch in Python, and I have some good results with that. But in late 2023, I ran into some issues. I was earning about $200 a month, and I had to stop my pursuing of online games because servers require money to run, and I didn't have any money. So I had to shut down Battle for Embolia, which it was online since 2006, and I had to stop it. And you have to understand something. I will not stop to making games for anything. I don't care about anything. So I just make games. I don't care. Even if I'm poor and I live in Argentina with a lot of problems, I feel insanely privileged that I'm able to make games. So I put my heart and soul into a new game, a big game, and a single player game because I can't afford servers. So I'll work on that one for all 2024, and I released it on Steam. You can play it right now. It's free, and it's an RPG. And well, that game, it is too basic. And yeah, I love complexity. I need complexity. I need technical channels to have fun. Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I make games, because they are really hard to make, and I like how games get really complex. I like that. Sometimes I hear developers saying, "Oh my god, my game is too hard." Dude, that's the beauty. That is what you're making games, because it is so hard, and then you can solve those problems and feel good about it. I mean, that's the beauty of game development. So well, in 2025, I'm in a better place financially. I'm earning like $800 per month. So I'm on leash. I have the time, I have the money, and I have the knowledge to make any game that I want. So I want to make an MMORPG. Of course, I'm gonna revive my old game because I have some feelings about that. That was my first game, and I'm already enjoying the development process. So what I've been working these 2 months into 2025, I already started a project, an alpha state of the game, the new MMORPG, and it is, that 2 months of work of that MMORPG are able to, you can play it right now, because that's what I like to do. Like when I develop something, I want people to, they can join and play. It is in a really basic state, but people can actually connect and play. That's huge for finding problems with the game. So this new game, it is for that small community from my first game, which I have in contact with them, and they're really loving what I'm doing right now. So I'm making that game with them, and the game is now in Spanish, but I will translate the game. I made the mechanical stuff to change languages. So in some point I will translate the game to English so more people can play. But right now I have a server in Chile and it is only in Spanish. But I'm working on it, and so when it's really ready to show it to the world, this game, I will put it on Steam, of course. So there you have it. The story of my life as a game developer. Please share your thoughts about this. Let me know what you think.